Hi there, my name is Eric Holvig, and this is my final project for the Primary Sources class here in the Westchester Area School District. I originally had the idea to create a historical documentary that just told the story of the area of Speculator, New York, which is in upstate in the Adirondack Mountains. But truly, the amount of information was a little overwhelming, so I've decided to tweak my project a little bit to try to just show some of the changes over time using historical postcards, paintings, and compare them to pictures and video footage that I have from the current era. So as you can see here, I'm using Google Earth to zoom in to a specific location in Speculator, and then to look out over the lake, and you see Speculator Mountain in the background there. What I've done now is I've faded this into some actual photographs and video footage that I've taken of Speculator Mountain to show that it is possible to show changes over time. So here is an old postcard that I found from the 40s or 50s, now fading into the very same angle that was done as a print, and now here's the video footage that I took of virtually the same spot. And now I fade this into a time lapse that I did over the summer of, again, the same mountain background, the stars moving. So it seemed like a pretty cool idea, and what I'm going to show you are some more examples of those changes over time. So what you're looking at now is the shore of Lake Pleasant, and you're going to see a point on the left side there where the old Osborne Hotel was. Well, that burned down about 50 years ago, and so what you'll see now is my transition into a current photograph showing just a peaceful park with some open grass and a couple pine trees. It wasn't taken from the exact same angle, but it's pretty close, and it does show a pretty cool change over time. Again, this is the same spot there. Now I'm going to go the other way. Here's some video footage that I took of the lake, and I was able to match this up with a photograph of someone jumping off of the swim raft here back in the 30s. So again, that was a pretty cool find. Again, this is the same look in 2012. So now here is my parents' house when it was first built, and now you can see the change over time where the addition was built and the siding was put on, and now you're going to transition into a winter shot here as well. So this doesn't show quite so many years, but again, it's the same general idea. This is Camp of the Woods on the lake, the entrance 60, 70 years ago, and now you'll see it as it is currently. It's quite a bit different. This is the Hamilton County Courthouse. Again, it would have been better if I had the picture taken from the same angle where you could really show that change over time. And this is the Google Earth flight simulator mode. Here I am flying over the south end of Lake Pleasant, banking a hard left turn just off to the south of Tapawingo Island. Now here we are back at Camp of the Woods looking towards that Osborne Inn, which is no longer there. Here you can see a change where there's some tentels built along the shoreline, and again those tentels changed from basically canvas tents to wooden tentels. And here's another shot, a little more recent, probably 60s or 70s. Here's a shot from downtown. You can see in the far right corner the old grocery store, which is still there, but it's quite a bit different. It's a little more boring now, just a cinder block house. So here's my favorite. This is the golf course, which was built just after 1900, and you can see me standing in almost the same spot as the location of those cars about 100 years later. You can see that the lake is really no longer visible. The trees have grown up quite a bit, but the golf course is still there, so it's pretty amazing to show that over time. It's a little bit more beautiful now than it was then, I think. So I've already talked to my students about the possibility of doing a project like this where they can research a historical location, and Westchester works very well. They can find some old photographs, some paintings, and then try to find that actual location, go there and do some video or still photos. It might be a cool project to not only have them learn about the past, but to show the differences between what places look like now versus what they look like 100, 200 years ago. I think there's a lot of potential in this project.